Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you how you can highlight and contour your face without having to buy a whole lot of extra products. You don't have to buy products that specifically say highlighting or for contouring. You can use things that you already have and add these steps into your normal foundation routine, whether you use powder or liquid, and you probably already have the products. It's all about using a lighter or a darker foundation or a lighter or darker powder that you may already have. A lot of people also like to use bronzer, which can also be a great contouring powder. So I'm going to show you how I do that and how I kind of apply my foundation in a way that naturally highlights and contours without having to go back and apply, you know, a contouring shade or something like that. It's all in how you apply your foundation. So I'm going to give you tips on that and give you a full tutorial on it in a second and hopefully show you that it's not as intimidating as it seems. I've done a lot of videos in the past and even done like separate highlighting and contouring videos, which are helpful, but I don't want it to seem so intimidating. It can just be something simple, something that you just add into your normal routine and something that you don't really have to go out and spend any extra money on, which is always good. So keep watching for a step-by-step tutorial and you can see how I highlight and contour my face during my everyday makeup routine. I've applied my concealer. I've used the MAC Studio Finish, and that's why my skin looks really evened out because I've used it on pretty much everywhere that looked uneven. Now the whole point of this is to just add this into the normal steps of your routine. You don't have to buy extra products. Chances are if you wear liquid or powder foundation, you're going to have multiple shades. You might have a shade that's a little lighter, a shade that's a little darker. You may even have a concealer that you can use instead, like a liquid concealer that's usually a little lighter than your foundation. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply my foundation as I normally would. I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Eraser in Buff Beige. And this should be in a shade that would match your skin tone or that might be slightly darker. Now I'm just going to apply it to my cheeks. Just a little bit to my forehead. I should have pin my hair back, but it's okay. Where I would normally apply foundation in these areas. So just blend that in. Now I always, if I use a liquid, apply my concealer last because you can see it kind of, well I can see it kind of wiped it off a little. That's no big deal. I'm just trying to do this quick because it's not a concealer tutorial. It's a highlighting tutorial. Now you'll notice I didn't blend it up around my cheekbones, not a whole lot around my nose or anything. I just applied a very sheer layer of that. For the next part, you want to take an even lighter foundation, or you could use a product like this, like the YSL Touchy Clay or the MAC Prep and Prime. This is that little highlighter stick product type thing. A liquid product that's a lot lighter than your skin tone. I know you probably don't want to buy something extra like that, but if you already have the Touchy Clay that you use as a highlighter, it'd be perfect, or as a concealer it'd be perfect, because usually those are a little lighter than your skin tone. But since we're just keeping it real to the products that we probably already have, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus in a lighter shade. This is shade 20, and what I'm going to do is just apply that to my cheekbones, a little down my nose, to this plane of your forehead right there, a little on your chin, and right there at the little crook beneath your nose. You're going to blend this with a smaller brush. And I'm using the Sigma, this is the P88. Any of these brushes would work great. The key is to not use very much for this step. I'm going to use my under eye concealer. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I use a big pointed brush for that. This is the Sigma, I should know the number, the F86. As many times I've talked about that by now. That kind of brightens everything up as well. Then if you have a product that you set your under eye concealer with normally, that I've talked about this a million times, not necessarily for highlighting like this, but it's the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, awkward, in shade 1, and I just kind of lightly apply that over everything that we just did. If you have a light face powder, you can use that as well. See, we just kind of added that into how we applied our foundation. Now, if you use your bronzer, chances are you use a bronzer anyways. I'm going to use the NARS Laguna. It has a bit of a sheen to it, like a shimmer, but it's not frosted. You don't want to use a frosted bronzer. You can use one like this and it works perfect. I use a big brush for this. It's an F20, and we're going to kind of contour with this. So where you would apply bronzer normally, kind of on your cheeks, you can kind of pull it down a little into this hollow of your cheekbone where you would normally contour. You don't want the bronzer to go over the area that we just applied the lighter color to. I'm going to do this on the other side, and then you want to kind of bring your bronzer up your temple, and then you want to kind of frame your face with it. So get it right at your hairline. You don't want to get it on this plane of your forehead that we put the lighter color on. For the lighter shade of face powder, you can even use this Marilyn Monroe beauty powder if you have it. I know a lot of people don't get a chance to get it. But if you have something like that, you could even use just a normal light face powder would do the trick. And then using your bronzer again, you can take a smaller brush. I like to use one like this. It's an F05. And you can kind of just put it right down the sides of your nose, right on the tip. It kind of slims your nose out a little bit and gives the illusion. And then, if you want it to be more precise, you could use this for your bronzer, but I just like to use that big fluffy brush. It's just, I think for darker colors, a bigger brush kind of gives a more blended effect. Alright, so you can easily see that you've got a nice contour, but it's not too crazy without having to use dark products or anything. Just your normal bronzer, your normal face product. Highlighting doesn't have to mean shimmer. It doesn't have to mean frost. Lighter colors to bring out the planes of your face that you want to emphasize. Darker colors to kind of make other areas recede, kind of like sculpt your face, make you look like you have some cheekbones. A product that I've really been enjoying lately is the Too Faced Candlelight. Like I said, you don't have to apply extra colors, you don't have to do anything shimmery like this, but if you wanted a shimmer on top of it, you could definitely use that and apply it just right over the light planes of the face that we highlighted earlier, and it just kind of gives, you know, a little bit of a sheen and just kind of makes it glow even more. And then, you know, you can apply your blush as usual. Not really a part of the tutorial, but I will go ahead and do it just to kind of complete everything. I like to apply that right on the apples of my cheeks. I'm still going under the light area that we applied earlier. That's my favorite trick though. This area right here, if you can lighten that, really kind of wakes up your whole face. So I hope that y'all enjoyed it and that you aren't so intimidated by highlighting and contouring. Definitely use products you already have. So I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!